Hello everyone, we are here with more story from Final Fantasy XIV. We are going to meet with Aymeric. This could be voiced. Oh, Mr. Prentice, the Lord Commander left instructions that you were to be shown inside.
A pleasure to see you again, my friend. I take it you received our invitation. Good, good. You of all people should be present. When the true brothers of the faith seized control of the vault, I feared the worst. Yet in adversity were we blessed with the promise of peace between man and dragon through Vidofnir's timely rescue of an innocent child. Timely, I say, though miraculous or providential might better describe the event. The gods themselves could not have devised a more fitting symbol of hope. Needless to say, we could scarce let such an opportunity pass us by. Which is why I set about making formal arrangements for a peace conference between our peoples. You and yours have done more to bring us together than any, and it is only right that you attend. But I confess that is not the only reason I would be glad to have you there. Given Nidhogg's implacable opposition to the peace, it is possible that he and his followers may attempt to disrupt proceedings, in which event your presence would be a comfort to all in attendance. Pray understand, I have no wish to invite the worm's ire. But if our fractured nation is to heal, if we are to move forward as a people united, then we must do whatever is necessary to bring about lasting change. Tis nothing. Tis nothing. Lucia cautioned me against giving vent to my passions, lest my wounds reopen. It has not been easy reaching out to our opponents in Ishgard, many of whom sympathized with the actions of the true brothers. But in so doing, we have limited the influence of the zealots. The people are ready, my friend. This conference must go ahead. I knew you would understand. The conference will take place on the border of Ishgardian and Dravanian territory in Falcon's Nest. Lucia is there, seeing to the final preparations even as we speak. Pray join her at your earliest convenience. 'Twould not do for the guest of honor to arrive late, after all. Oh, and one more thing. A drink! We should make time for one. Once the conference is concluded, I mean. By my reckoning, 'tis long overdue.
I think he just got excited seeing Miro's new outfit. Alright, let's head off to Lucia in the Falcon's Nest. We're going to be working on preparation for some peace conferences between the dragons and the Ishgardians. Okay, so where's Lucia? She's up there. Okay, cool. Let's whisper go over to her. Alright, we're gonna share screens with Packamet. Alright, can you see that, Packamet?
Yeah.
Alright. This might be voiced, I'll let you know. Nope.
The Lord Commander said you would come, Miro.
Sure he did.
As you can see, preparations for the conference are proceeding apace. Mark well the curtain above. It conceals the relief that will be unveiled during the conference. The masons labor day and night to see it finished on schedule. Sorry, Aymeric wanted a symbol which would endure long after this conference is concluded. I think he will be pleased with the result. 'Twas not my war, but I made it mine, and to see it draw closer to a resolution fills me with a strange hope. His faith is infectious, is it not? The certainty that we can be better than we are. Forgive me, I am rambling. You must be tired from your journey. Go rest, I will not keep you.
This war of ours. Alright, so what else does she have for me? Apparently the game is not loaded up well. Okay, there we go. Lucia. Okay. Staunch conviction. Lucia is concerned that you seem to be looking for something to do.
If you would rather not take a rest, then why not take a walk around Falcon's Nest? Make your presence known to the people, and so forth. In addition to those who have come far and wide to attend the ceremony, you may meet Lords Artorial and Emmeline, who have graciously volunteered their services. They should be glad to see you. Now, if you would excuse me, I must needs return to my duties.
Okay. I'll speak to a few people. We got lowborn youth here. This is a young man. Do you know when everything's set to begin? I wasn't sure how many might come, so I thought it best to come early and find a spot with a great view. When I heard that Sir Aymeric was planning to make a speech, I knew I couldn't miss it. I mean, the man risked his own necks to rescue those hostages. How often do we get heroes like that in this day and age? And he's more than a fighter, too. He's a thinker, he is. He's got plans to better our lives, to change things, and he'll do it, by the Fury. Me and my friends and family, we all believe he can do it. Well, that's good. I suppose. Redwald. I'm glad to see the rumors were true. Well met, Mistress Prentice, and fear not, I've no intentions of begging your aid with this or that. Everything appears to be in order. My only lingering concern is that one of the convictors might not have been informed of our plans. As I recall, Vidofnir may pass directly over their encampment. The last thing we need is a glory-seeking nobleman attempting to slay a Gervanian ambassador to a peace conference. And Roth. Hello, Roth. Bloody exciting, isn't it? Not just with the dragons, but with all of them heretics besides. Don't misunderstand. We've all got a healthy fear of being bathed in dragon fire. That being said, the heretics did far more to hinder our efforts here in the past, so hearing that we're close to a reconciliation comes as a great relief. I'll bet. Artorial. How much has changed since we fought alongside each other in the vault? If you had told me then that we would soon be hosting a peace conference, I would have thought you a naive fool. Yet here we are, preparing to make that fantasy a reality. And here I am, laboring to make it so.
Lord Artorial, if I may.
Certainly, First Commander. How may I be of service?
Some of the convictors are refusing to stand down. The majority were willing to do so, but the small party have instead pledged to engage any Tyrannians bound for Falcon's Nest.
Fury take me! They would defy Sir Aymeric's commands if they dare attack Vidofnir.
It will not come to that, but to see that it does not, we must needs hasten to their encampment. They should be far more reluctant to oppose us were a lord of House Fortune present.
I understand completely. Let us depart at once. But ere we do, I must ask, would you look after Aymeric while I am away? As you know, he has been ever impulsive, a changeable child, but recently he seems to have been suffering from a bout of melancholy. I thought to lift his spirits by having him assist with guard duty, a simple but honorable charge, unlike to expose him to danger given the presence of many other knights, unless he has taken no interest, and I fear he may abandon his post in my absence. All I ask is that you keep an eye on him until I return, exhausting though that may be. Thank you, my friend. I promise we will not be long. Yay, they get to go beat up convictors, and I get to babysit. Alright, Emmeline. Let's talk to Honorroy first. Peanut?
That's me?
Yeah.
Was that Lord Arturiel leaving with the first commander just now?
Alright. Once more a favor. Emmeline is less than his usual effervescent self. I'm rather busy at the moment, old girl. Guarding this tavern, as it were. Oh, I see. Now, Arturiel thought I might be derelict in my duties, eh? The nerve of my brother to question my dedication. But since you're here, mayhap I could put you to proper use. The wasteland beyond the walls must be kept safe for travelers, yet I have been forbidden from leaving Falcon's Nest. It wouldn't do for our esteemed guests to be devoured by wolves. Oh no. Yet that is precisely what will happen if we do not cull the roaming packs. Your map, if I may. Right. There. Those are the points our scouts marked for patrol. I'll leave you to it, old girl. Come on, Honorroy. I must return to my rounds.
Oh dear. Do be careful, my lady.
Excellent. Off we go. That guy's dressed like Snow from Final Fantasy 13. With mutton chops. Alright, let's whisper go our way over to those. Whisper go our way over to the patrol points. They're not far. Hey, you can see Northern Lights. Ghost Wolf. These guys ain't got nothing. Just to zoom out a little. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna deal with the other wolf problem, which I believe is just over here. Wouldn't really call this a pack of wolves, though. I think it's a pair of wolves. 2 pairs of wolves, probably. Maybe this one will have 3. Oh, this one has 3. It has the Alpha Ghost Wolf. See, if the 5 of them were together, I guess that'd be considered a pack. Elixir Field. There we go. Now I guess we go back and speak to the dude. Speak to Emmeline. Mere apprentice, Wolf's Bane. It pleases me to inform you that I have completed my rounds, and that all is well in Falcon's Nest. Oh, and there was a grizzled fellow looking for you. You know, the one with the who made that arsonist confessed. Clever that. Thancred, was it? He was asking after you. Anyway, once I noticed the garish weapons he was sporting, I deemed it a waste to leave him be. I dispatched him to an area I neglected to mark on your map. Yes, this one. If you hurry, he might still be there. You dispatched him to an area really far out, which there's no way Thancred could have missed me. Man, I'm very excited for Stormblood. Can't wait to see what dungeons we get. Where is it? It's down below. That's not it. There he is. Nice share screen, possibly, but I don't think there's any ladies in this cutscene, so. Fancy meeting you here, Miro. 'Twas fortunate I came when I did. These two would have fared well against the wolves on their own. The young lord wasted no time in taking advantage of you, did he? And me, I suppose. Let's return to Falcon Nest then, and see what other thrilling tasks he may have for us. I'm too lazy to fly back again, so I'm just going to teleport there. There we go. And now we'll Whisper go up there. And there they are, a pair of gallant heroes if I ever saw them. Comrades in arms, reunited at last. By your selfless sacrifice, have you guaranteed the safety of our many guests? On behalf of Ishgard, I thank you both. And with that, there is naught left to do but enjoy our well-earned respite. Sure. For those we have lost, and Menelain seems rather pleased with himself. Oh, and this should, of course, go without saying, but let us keep those last few favors between us, yes? Artoriel wouldn't understand. Right then, the first floor of those barracks has been converted into a tavern for the duration of the conference. Why don't you go and have something to eat? For once, a suggestion with which I can agree. Go on ahead, Miro. I will join you anon.
Welcome, welcome. Find yourself an empty seat and I'll be with you in a moment. Cold out, isn't it? Here, a mug on the house. Let's get some colour back in them cheeks. Freed food will be a bit longer than usual. We've got a lot of hungry folk to feed, what with the conference and all. Oh, so many people with cause to celebrate. To think there could be peace in our time, after all them years of fighting. When I heard about the conference, I knew I had to come. I knew I had to be here, to do my bit. My husband, he died fighting the dragons, you see. And here we are, about to break bread with him. You were right, my friend. You look tired. Reckon you could do with a good long rest? After all you've done, I'd say you've earned it. Sleep now. Sleep. Sleep and leave us to our affairs. This was never your fight.
My son. They told me he walks in Hallone's halls. Him and the rest of his unit.
They told me the same.
I expect they think it's comforting. Every time I come, I cry. I cannot bear to remember, but to forget would be 1,000 times worse. Yet that is what they would have us do. Accept this truth for the sake of peace. Bury the past and look to the future. But he was my future. My flesh and blood. My heart.
Is this it? We're the only ones with the courage to oppose this madness? Cowards, a lot of them.
They think only of the prize, of the peace Sir Aymeric promises them. They know in their hearts it's a lie, but they go along with it anyway, desperate fools. But not I. I see the worm that killed my brother in my dreams every night, and I will not rest until he lies broken at my feet. Him and every last one of his accursed kin.
All this nonsense about Kings of Eld, as if I care what they did or didn't do. Makes no difference to me and mine. Have the dragons sued for peace in 1,000 years? Are they bollocks? It's a bloody ruse is what it is, and Sir Aymeric and the rest of them bloody fallen for it.
But what can we do? They believe, and naught we can say will ever change their minds. Whether we like it or not, man and dragon will come together at Vulcan's Nest, and all will be forgiven. Forgiven and forgotten.
No. I will not let that happen. They will remember the true face of the enemy. I will show it to them. And we will rise up against them once more.
Hey! Hey! This is no time for napping. Do you have your wits about you? Good. Come with me. We have a crisis on our hands.
Hear me, brothers and sisters. Do not be fooled by the honeyed words of the Dravarnians. The peace they promise is but a prelude to slaughter. Remember your husbands and wives never returned from war. Your children torn apart by fang and claw. All your loved ones shown no mercy. Does not your heart cry out for vengeance? Your blood boil at the injustice? Remember the face of your enemy, brothers and sisters. Remember it, and strike back!
You there! Don't just stand around gawping! Do something, man! Stop her!
Yes, my lord.
See? See here the true nature of the Highborn. With lies and deception they lead us to our doom. And dare we raise our voices in dissent? Death is our reward. This is the choice they have given us, brothers and sisters. Death by dragon's fang, or death by nobleman's command. Death to all we hold dear. I spit on your choices, noblemen! You will take no more from me! No more! No more!
What have you done? I only did as you ordered, my lord.
I gave no such order! I did not! I never meant for anyone to...
All right. I dare say that could have not have played out any worse, given the first commander and Lord Artoyo not here to take control of the situation. I spoke with a messenger who said that they would be returning shortly, but until they do, naught will be done. Lord Aymeric has retreated to the barracks and is refusing to speak to anyone. Therefore, it falls to us to ensure that order has been restored. Come, let us walk the streets and speak with the people. My wife and I fell fleeing with the others at first. The Trojans tended to our bruises afterwards. Those mad fools have ruined everything, and for what? Spirited stonemason. This may be a lady. Yeah, that's a lady. Okay, Piamet, I'm gonna share screens with you.
Okay.
Let me know when you can see that.
I'd heard the rumors that the young lord was a drunken fool, but imbecile thought it would be a good idea to let him have the run of Falcon's Nest. Well, I say him and Sir Aymeric take the bloody change and shove it up their asses. I'll not be taken in by that rot again.
Alright. And Jocelo over here is a guy. They were wrong to resort to violence, but when I heard her speak, her words were as a dagger in my heart. Who are we to decide that enough is enough? That their calls for justice can never be answered? Will this be the end of it, or will there be others like them in the True Brothers? I do not even want to bear steel against my kinsman ever again. I do not know if I even can. And Thancred. Well, what say you? So, the violence has passed, but the people are far from recovered? That is to be expected. For the moment, it appears that no innocents were harmed by the gods. The blame for all casualties can be placed squarely upon the protesters. Nevertheless, the people will not soon forget the image of a young lordling ordering the public execution of an unarmed protester, one whose words resonated with the hearts of many. After all, who among us has not lost loved ones? Consequences. Thancred would like nothing more than to leave the Falcon's Nest behind. Lord Artelia and the first commander should have returned by now. To the tavern, then. Their first order of business will be to speak with Lord Amandaline. I somehow doubt he has since moved in Ilm since we last saw him. Back to the tavern. The person on their giant phoenix mount. Alright, Lucia. This might be voiced. Nope.
My apologies, Mira. I bear full responsibility for this debacle.
There will be time for that later. I, for one, am more concerned about picking up the pieces. What do we know?
According to initial reports, the protest was orchestrated by the young woman whom Lord Emmeline ordered shot. She and her conspirators infiltrated Falcon's Nest, posing as servants and guests. Several were taken alive, others resisted and were struck down. Still others took their own lives. Our forces suffered casualties as well, but by the grace of the Fury, no civilians were seriously injured. Still more remarkably, the ringleader yet lives, for the time being at least. The Trojans are doing what they can for her, but she may not live through the night.
Given their impeccable timing, it is like that the convictors who drew us away from the hamlet were in league with the protesters. Accordingly, we have detained them for questioning. I'll be sworn that these villains spent as much effort plotting the failure of this peace conference as we did its success. Well, if the mood of the hamlet is any indication, theirs have been the more fruitful labors. In the wake of the protests, the people seem disillusioned.
You spoke with them then. I see. Sir Aymeric placed his trust in me. It will be difficult to explain what has happened here.
Remember how far we have come, First Commander. The First People's faith may be shaken, but we convinced them before and will do so again. If we can but find a means to remind them, to show them once more the promise that change holds for all, then this tragedy too shall pass into the past.
We must pray that you are right. Nevertheless, for the time being, I have no choice but to suspend the peace conference, pending Sir Aymeric's final decision. Under the circumstances, I cannot leave Falcon's Nest. Mira, will you deliver my report to the Lord Commander in my stead?
Get up, Amandaline. You're going with her. Go on without me. I was not asking. You will answer for your actions, in person. Is that clear? Yes, my lord. Come, Honorar. Your manservant is not here. In fact, I have not seen him for some time. Honoroi? Honoroi? I could have sworn he was... Well, let's go see what's up with Honoroi. I remember correctly, he was down to the south. Yeah, there he is.
Oh my god, hold on.
Once PM is back, we will continue this. Actually, it's a good time to stop the recording anyway, so...